Molweni, Dumela Sanbonani and all that goodness. I am Ini Harry, and today I'll be diving into the heart of Nakhane, Touré. Nakhane, Touré. Yes, we'll be finding out about this singer-songwriter, Eyakhulelayo Alice, Hlala eBhayi, nase-Gauteng, where you currently reside, right?
Yeah. And Somerset West, Nase Bisho.
Nah, so you've been around, hey?
I've been around.
You've been described as fascinating, captivating, mysterious. Like some very interesting adjectives have been used to actually describe you and your music. And so basically what I want to do is I want to get to know you a little bit, find out a few things about you, and also some of your future plans.
Okay, let's go.
Awesome. Let's get right into it. Mr. I'm being for real. I'm being for real.
Okay. But you can describe
so, firstly, you've always wanted to be a musician, you've wanted to be a musician for a long time, right?
Since I became conscious of what I wanted to be.
Lovely. And how has the dream of music and being a musician been different to the reality of being a musician?
You know, it wasn't easy becoming a musician. So some people wake up one day and they go audition for idols and then become huge music stars. Or some people write a really popular song and their song was on the radio and they become huge pop stars.
Yeah.
You know? Whereas for me, there's been a climb, and there's been a bit of swimming upstream.
Yeah.
So, but I also knew that was going to happen. So before anything happened, I knew that there'd be a lot of work to do. So that by the time that there was work to do, I'm really good at my work.
You'd already actually started working.
So it's not that different from the reality, because I knew that it was work. I knew that if you want to be a lawyer, you have to study, do exams, and etc. do your research. And I understand how different that is from being a musician.
True. So does it make you appreciate where you are even more?
Completely, because input equals output. So if I work really hard at something and then something comes out of it, then I know that I've worked for it. It wasn't just like an overnight.
It didn't just happen. Just randomly out of the blue.
No.
So it's not.
It's still happening. I actually feel like a lot of people have just recently found out about who I am, which is great because which is around the 2-year mark of the album.
Because I mean, musically, you're still an infant.
No,
your music is still in its infancy. And how do you feel that you've been accepted? I mean, umculo wako is very different. I would say that it's a place where folk, rock, jazz, blues kind of have a common home. So
as they do.
How have you found being accepted? How have you found being accepted in the South African music industry? Is acceptance something that you wanted, that you want? How's it been?
Acceptance it's a tricky term, because what does it mean? Like, have I been accepted in the commercial sort of realm, or have I been accepted in the artistic realm? And I think there's been little bits of each. So I had a song on radio, was wonderful, that opened up some doors. And because I gotta get paid.
It's all about the chain. It's all about the chain.
But also, I think because I don't necessarily make pop music, there's been an artistic, which was what this music was born from point A. You know, that it was art and it was an expression of, and an extension of who I am.
Of who you are, yes.
Which is what art should be. You know?
Definitely.
So, but then there's the other trickier places, other spaces where there are certain gatekeepers that say you can't mix these things here, and I will not mention them. They know who they are, and
we know who they are.
And people know who you are. So stop it.
Yanaz, stop it right now. It sounds like you're comfortable now, like in getting to know Nakhane. Is that are those some of the values osfagayo?
It's interesting because I had this conversation in Tlanje with a friend of mine. Who I sat down and he was like, you seem like you're more comfortable with who you are, because we haven't seen each other in 2 years. I'm like, I wonder what that means. Like, because you never want to be too comfortable.
Yeah, because then you become complacent.
Exactly. But on the other hand, there is a sense of me being a little more self-aware, and that breeds a sense of confidence because I know now what I want. There isn't that brave confusion as much. There's just bravery. Now it's just like, what?
Now it's bravery. The confusion's gone.
No, there's always a little bit of confusion. We live in South Africa after all. It's always like, hey, how did I actually?
So like,
you know, which is great. It breeds great art.
I guess.
But and a lot of anger. But I'm much more confident in what I want to do and what I want to say.
And how you want to
say it.
How
I want to say it. Exactly. And that means I can say no to some things. Whereas before people like, you want to be in this? I'm like, yes.
Because it was an opportunity.
Exactly. Whereas you have to know how to say yes and how to say no, which is the hardest thing. Distinguish it.
Don't you feel once you say no the first time, all the other no's that you want to say just come out more naturally? Yeah.
No.
Not at all.
Actually, I guess yes. I was like, no.
I mean, come now.
It depends. Like, when you're talking about music career, every idea that someone brings to you seems to be a good idea if it's presented well. You know, the devil comes dressed really nicely. And you just have to sort of peel through the layers and sort of see that
devil comes in Prada.
Oh, devil comes in Prada. Oh, she's awesome. I'm all from Meryl Streep. But so it's, you just have to be a little bit more careful. Otherwise you just become what we want you to become instead of what you need to be and instead of what you are. That's too invasive. The answer.
Hey, at least it's an answer. At least it's an answer.
Hi, I'm Nakhane Touré, and you can catch me on the 23rd of April at the waiting room for the Digital Masquerade event hosted by Janda Session, The Red Bull, and
Boston Society.